Hello.
Hi.
Hey girls, how are we?
Really well.
Excellent. Hey, I just realised something.
What?
Don't have my tablet.
You don't have your tablet?
Lockie, the tablet. It's on the drink.
Sorry, I don't have your medication.
No. Sorry, tablet? It's like a small computer. We have them in New Zealand. How was your week? No, don't, no. Take your time, pick up the microphone.
This doesn't look good. Week was amazing. I was with the group. We did some adventuring, hobbiton, glowworms, freezing cold, jumping backwards off waterfall glowworms, wine tasting, gondola. We got some cultural stuff in as well. It was beautiful.
Did you luge?
I loogied. I lubed.
Yeah. Are you the fastest luger?
The slowest.
So you were the biggest luger.
I was the largest, slowest loogie in all the band. And I did the bungee drop thing.
Oh, you did bungee jumping?
Terrifying. Terrifying.
But you did it.
But I did it.
Yeah, Mike, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, Kiwis invented that, eh? Because we got bored of just walking across bridges.
Yeah.
Walking across a bridge and I've got all this stretchy rope. What can I do differently? Ooh, I know. First guy forgot to tie it off at the end, so but his mate saw it and thought it was a better idea to tie it off, and bungee jumping was born. We have a question. Oh no, you haven't got the vest on. It confused me. All right, excellent. So, welcome back to New Zealand.
Yes.
Now, do those of you who follow this, you know she's from here?
Well,
well,
technically no, but I lived here for 12 years, so I am
hang
a
on.
dirty sapphire.
Did you or did you not appear on Shortland Street?
One episode.
You're a Kiwi.
Lady at the back.
You're a Kiwi. I mean, let's be honest, is there anyone here that hasn't been on Shortland Street?
It's like Shortland Street's like the...
Yeah, two of us, okay.
Like a soap opera. Yeah. Everyone's done it. Shortland Street.
And the one in Australia is Friends? Is that what it's called? No, Neighbours. That's us.
Or Home and Away.
Too much wine. The wine here. Oh.
Yeah.
So
no, but
good.
it's nice being back. It's I haven't been back for 8 years. My parents live up in Northland in Mungatiritu. So while they were adventurizing all over the country, I was in the paddocks with the cows and my son and having a bit of family time.
Nice. Loki.
Hi. Sorry, I'm really nervous. You guys are amazing. You guys are like my favourite female actors ever. And Maze, you were my I'm sorry, but Maze, you were my favourite.
I agree with you.
Lucifer. My question is, are you happy with how they finished it? So loaded.
Well, I will say this, we didn't know that the show was going to be over.
Originally, there was supposed to be 24 and they released 26. Were the two like
That's right.
bonus?
Yes, so each season we have shot 2 bonus episodes. When we've kind of finished with that season, then those 2 air the next season. Last year it was your episode, the standalone, and what was the other one?
It was like the Vegas one. With
Tom and Ella. So I think honestly I have heard the fans kind of going, we wish there was more, the show's over, we wanted more, we wanted all the things, I guess, that we could have done if we had known the show was ending, we could have done a lot.
You only just saw Lucifer in the finale.
Right, exactly, so there's so much left that we could have done, but we didn't know, so I guess I'm happy with what the writers did, but I feel like the fans are just kind of left with so much more that they would have loved to have seen, and I get it. I completely understand.
I'll echo the same sentiment. I mean, we did not expect the show to be cancelled. I think we all as a cast felt like there was so much more story left to tell. You know, the comic books, it's like endless, right? There was otherworldly creatures we could have introduced, and there was always this question, is Chloe, you know, some magical fairy, mystical character, you know, like, is she around? Yeah, does she have a celestial kind of element to her as a character? So I think the general consensus was we would have all loved to continue to explore that. And it's a shame because we do genuinely love each other. If you follow us on social media, we really are like a big family, and that's, you know, besides disappointing fans and the people who obviously have supported us for 3 years, I think the big sad part is not getting to like steal this one's bike and, you know, sit and having laughs and seeing our crew. You know, we love our crew, both in Canada and the US. Yeah.
Thank you.
Having a job and that we were set in this world of Los Angeles and we have the procedural element to the show, I probably would have continued bounty hunting. I think what I would hope was that perhaps the cases get a little darker and that me as a character I would have liked to have gotten more demonic. I quite enjoy that part of her. And I did really, you know, I posted an image today from the comic books, which is probably one of it is my all-time favorite Mazikeen image, which is her making out with her girlfriend Beatrice in the comic books, and she's in the Silver City and she's like giving the crowd the finger. It's I would have loved for her to have had a girlfriend, you know, and have had love, and as a show, even though we're set in this really crazy world of the devil and demons and angels, we explore really human, you know, ideas and relationships, and I would have loved for us to have showcased a real, honest, female, like, love affair with each other, you know? Because I think sometimes female relationships are often sexualized in a way, and the real relationship of what it is to be with someone, regardless of their gender, isn't fully explored. So I would have hoped to have had that opportunity, and then to continue to, you know, beat up boys. I really do quite enjoy the physicality of my character. I would have loved, I was, you know, I was bummed. I wanted to have the one, I don't feel like Maze had the one big epic fight scene. I wanted the like big good versus evil like fight.
The fight with Pierce though was really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that was fun. That really was fun.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
And Chloe, hi. Yeah, just to let you know, I'm a huge Decker Star shipper. One thing I'd like to know though, if you had the chance to see Lucifer's demon form, would you still accept him for who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because he was a bit nervous about showing it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I never spoke to the writers about that, but I think that's something, knowing Chloe so well, just playing her for this long, I think there's sort of a familial love with Lucifer, almost something you can't explain.
Yeah.
I think she might be a little in denial of that or not aware of that, and we haven't necessarily explored that in any lengthy extent on the show, but I think she almost loves Lucifer like family. So the devil face would have been another layer of, you know, obviously shock at first, but then whatever you are, whatever you represent, I love you and I accept you, and I really do think that she would have been on board with that in some way, you know, but we would have done our little, you type banter and, you know, that kind of eye roll chemistry thing, but I think she would have accepted him.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. you.
Yeah, Lesley, and I know it wasn't intentional, but I think you just managed to flip the bird at the youngest member we had in the first 2 rows.
Oh, sorry.
So I was just apologising before I
It's
was.
alright.
Unbelievable. Can't take you anywhere. Unbelievable.
Hey, you're not going to beat up the boys, are you?
You what?
You're not going to beat up the boys?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got my blades with me, mate. Watch out.
Question? Question.
So I've been wondering this since like the end of season 1. How did someone manage to pick up Trixie from her school and no one questioned it? Like someone completely not related to it was like, yeah, I'm just here to pick up Trixie, and they're like, yeah, sure, here's your child. And like no one's questioned it.
I certainly did constantly on set. I mean, that was my running joke. I'm like, I am the worst mother on the planet. Like, I'm always gone. And they just didn't seem to really mind that was a thing. But I'm guessing I had some wonderful nanny somewhere that we never saw. Or maybe Dan we switched off. So, but yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I always said that.
Yeah. Kind of like, what kind of school have you got her in that some stranger can pick up your kid and take her?
Yeah. Just some wayward shack in Los Angeles that calls itself a school. Yeah.
I like that. You went to the mother, but we went to the institution.
Hi,
Oh, nice t-shirt.
thank you. So I came all the way from the top of the North Island to get here,
From where?
from Dargaville.
What? You're like an hour away from my mum and dad.
And I wanted to ask 2 questions. One is, if there was a season 4, how do you think Chloe knowing about everything would affect May's and Chloe's like friendship? That's for both of them.
I can't believe I'm blanking on this, but you know how Lucifer will tell Chloe, I'm the devil, and thus far it's been like, yeah, sure. Did your character ever tell me you were a demon?
I mean, I did. Like,
You're like, I'm the demon from
yes, you know, their pilot. I for one of the early episodes, and like I followed him through the gates of hell. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I think I was doing what Lucifer did with you.
Well, what's interesting is I think when she sees it from Lucifer, then everyone else, she knows that it's a true story. So yeah, it would have just been another.
It would have been what happened with Linda. Because Linda
Yes,
found out.
yes, exactly.
You know, Linda knew. Linda knows. I mean, Eagle's a real angel. I'm a demon. So I would have probably had to have gone through a very similar coming out, if you will, with Chloe, and with Trixie. I mean, she's probably the most honest person I've been in my form because I showed Trixie my face. You know, so that's see these kind of questions when I get sad because I'm like, oh man,
I know.
we don't get
because
to like explore it.
There's so much left that we could have done, and I wish it weren't true, but.
And the next question is, do you think that May's got angry with Amenadel and Linda because she kind of has a thing for Linda?
The big old May's question.
I think she's got a slight thing for Linda. I mean, she's so supportive, but maybe there's a little.
You
lust
know,
there.
I think I know the fans are like shipping Leigh so hardcore. When I was looking at that, when we discovered the friendship by osmosis, really, like we had no idea that storyline would pop as well as it did. I never saw like an attraction or a sexual attraction in that way necessarily. What I really saw was honest, like female friendship, you know, which again, I don't think a friendship like May's and Linda's has really been seen on TV. That being said, I mean, May's was pretty handsy around her, you know, loves the slap on the butt. I mean, when I started therapy with Linda, she for sure was keen to, I'm sorry darling, but jump into the sack with her, you know. I mean,
Linda's quite promiscuous.
Exactly, and
I
Linda
think
is
Linda would
down.
go there with me. Yeah,
She
for
is down
sure.
to ride. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It might have been like, I don't know. I imagine like a drunken sleepover one night.
I fell over. I fell over again.
Don't do drugs, stay in school.
Thank you so much though for coming all the way.
Yes, thank you, and your shirt's awesome.
Oh, is that Assassin's Creed? No, I'm sorry.
This guy, I don't know, have a fight
Sweaty.
and then have a date. Yeah.
Sweaty!
You've got a question!
All right, sorry.
For the love of
Oh, my
God!
fantasies are taking over. Okay. Sorry, are you embarrassed?
Yes!
So I gotta say first, the blind date scene.
I'm sorry, honey, I can't
Try
hear
asking into the mic.
you.
The blind date scene, with
Can you hold
His
it
mic
for us?
is...
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
first of all, I gotta say the blind date scene with the Menadel,
And
Linda, yeah,
yeah.
that was funny. And my question is, what was it like working with, Monkey, the youngest member of the cast?
Oh, it's
Scarlett.
Because they say you should never work with animals or kids.
I find her fascinating, and just as in this business you meet a lot of child actors and they come off very actory, and they're all cute but they're actory, and you can tell their parents kind of encourage them to be like sassy and on, and with Scarlett, she and I would spend a lot of time on set talking. She would educate me on insects and different kind of plants and stuff. She's really into that, and we would play this card game on set, and she would win every single time. But it's like you get shown a card of an insect, and she knew all of them and everything about them. And she's also really good, really good. I mean, she doesn't have a false moment. So when you work with an actor who's so there and pliable and open, but just really sharp on their intention, which she always is, it's just amazing to see that in a kid. She's so easily honest, which is just a thing that's universal, I think, in most good actors. It's just seamless for her, but she's a very kind and sharp person. I love her. I love her so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a real testament to her parents, especially her mother, Sam, because Sam's like, she'll do it for as long as she wants to, as long as she's having fun, and she's very much still a kid, which is nice,
Yeah.
She plays outside, she's, we would have play dates with our dogs. She would come and visit. She loved Kingston. She was so excited to meet him, my son. So she's just a normal little girl who happens to be really talented, and I think has like a bigger movie career than anyone in the class. Like so talented.
Yeah.
But she's a real sweetheart. Yeah, I love working.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, to the wayward sister over there.
Hey, thanks. I'm really nervous. I love you guys. You guys' characters and you as actors are amazing. I was just wondering what your favourite moment on set has been.
Favorite moment on set?
Yeah.
For me, it was this day where we were on segways, and I don't think ever had that much fun. Well, it's up there with the most fun shooting day ever, but it was Tom Welling, Tom Ellis, myself, and then some other guest actors on segways. Do you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
And it was just, we were in the rain, it was just absolutely hysterical. We laughed so hard. And Tom and I talked about if we got a season 4 that we were gonna go in on segways to have on the Warner Brothers lot. It's all just a dream now. No, but for me that was my favorite day. You, Lesley?
I'd say like this season probably our girls' night out on the bus. I mean, so much didn't make it on air, but it was so much fun because whenever we get, we spend so much time. We're on the same show, but when I get to see Lauren with work is limited to whatever the storyline's doing, and vice versa with everyone else. So it's one of those rare occasions where you get to have all the female leads on the bus, and then they chuck in like you know, some topless pole.
What about it, Les?
Who, by the way, one of them let rip a fart. So bad.
I was not on the bus when this happened, but I heard it was hysterical.
It was so spicy. I mean, I was mid-take and I was like talking. Yeah, like the particles. Like it was like in my nose. I was like, and I had to take a step forward to hit my mark, and I walked into it. And I probably had like an eye twitch or something, you know. And then I'm trying to say my lines, and then I had to stop in the middle of the take and just be like, I'm so sorry, guys, but they've been on the protein bars, and someone
I'm so sorry, but you farted.
Like so bad.
We go again.
But like watching drunk Chloe is my favorite, because you know, then you get to see Lauren German. Yeah. And
drunk Chloe is just Lauren. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi. I was on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm a big Lucifer fan, but the question I want to ask is obviously about
cool.
favour. So season 2 had a lot of dramatic episodes, ranging from rescuing Steve from North Korea, digging for a busload of children buried alive.
That's right. And Amy Garcia was in that episode.
Yeah, and being carried down Coco Head by Steve, and handcuffed to Dano. You.
Oh, you're into it. You were feeling that.
Certainly was.
I apologise to all the parents in the audience.
So what I want to know is what episode was your favourite to film and why?
It's been a while. It's been a hot second. So off the top of my head, we shot this one episode. Wait, sorry, did you ask scene or episode?
Oh,
Any. Awesome. Very flexible. Thank you. I got a little nervous there for a second. It was just the whole day. I remember waking up at sunrise. I drove from my apartment in Diamond Head to the North Shore, and that drive was just in the rain and rainbows. It was beautiful. And then we got there, and it was this day on the horses. And I'm not great on a horse, but it was okay. But Scott Kahn is unbelievably talented with horses, and Al is good too. But it was another, like the young lady who asked me about the segues. It was one of those days where it was non-stop hysterical laughter. And those two, similar to Tom Ellis and Tom Welling, are very sharp, very witty. So, and I was just horrible on the horse, so there was just a ton of laughter, and it was gorgeous. The sun was popping through, and there were rainbows. It was just a magic day on set, so I'd say that.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Hi. Can I just say I love you guys so much, and you're like my biggest idols. And I've kind of got an unrelated question to Lucifer, but do you have any tips for an aspiring actress getting into this stuff?
Yeah, someone asked me this in the last time. I know, I have anxiety about saying it wrong. You don't say the G, right? Somebody asked me this in
Yeah, that's not offensive.
You listen here. I said it right. It was fine. At least I tried.
You do better than half the casters.
Someone asked me the same question, and for me, I can only go off of, I think, what helped me the most, and it was really focusing on the work. So say, if you get an audition, really, even if it's 2 lines, just go over it, work really, really hard, and there's a lot of factors that make someone successful. Some of it's luck, timing, but you'll see people give up, and it's like, just don't give up. There were years there that I could barely pay the rent, and I just kept going because I loved it. So if you love it, that's a huge gift right there, because if you can do something you love, it's just, you know, what's the quote? If you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. So, and then just hard work and don't give up, because you can do it. You really can.
I would say, having started here in New Zealand, it was like finding stories that speak to you, where you can be the most honest, because really some of the most amazing actors and actresses that I love are they're truthful and they're honest in their work every single time. There are never like false moments. And there's some amazing plays, I would say, like read some beautiful plays. I didn't go to drama school, so I kind of cut my teeth being on set. Like, I did a little show here called Diplomatic Community, which was like 1 season, and I was so green. You know, I had no idea what a mark was. No idea. I had no idea continuity, like, hey, don't eat too much in the tape, because when they start shooting it from different angles, you're going to be eating this dish for, you know, 20 times or whatever. And learning, I guess, the technique, you know, how to break down a scene. And that's where like classes will help you. And just giving it a go, getting up there, like one of the, you know, it's terrifying. It's a very vulnerable like job to do. That being said, it's so rewarding, because we get to do a little show in America, and then we get told, oh my gosh, you helped me overcome, you know, this situation in my life, or you helped me be okay with being gay, or you helped me, you know, end a terrible relationship or whatever. Like, you sort of have the ability to kind of tell stories that really affect people, you know. And if you want to come to the States from here, perfect an American accent. For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we've definitely got time for one more. We may have time for 2, so we'll start with our left.
Is that a maze? Oh my gosh, look at you, you look awesome.
Thank you. I have a question along the same lines. Just in terms of when you're reading a script, what do you look for in roles when you're choosing what to go for? What stands out most to you that makes you go, I want to audition for that, or I want to take that? Both of you. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like to read scripts with any preconceived ideas, but from the past, I really, for instance, with the Lucifer pilot, I had just got off Chicago Fire, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but in the original script, which this didn't make the first episode, but it was Detective Decker walking down a hall, and these 2 fellow police officers made a rude joke about the movie she had done when she tried to be an actress, and where she had shown her, you know, she was nude in the movie, and she grabs them in their privates and shoves them against the wall and gets them in a chokehold and says something like really rude and strong, and I'm like, who is this girl? Like, this is amazing. And then she wakes up from a dream. So, you know, for me it was that. It's just any little spark in a script, you know, that's different, that's fun, that's cool. And I liked how kind of, she's everything I'm not. I mean, I've never played someone so opposite of me, but she's mature. Mature, for sure. I'm not. Very responsible, loving, caring, you know, single mom, all these things, and I just really liked her. I'm like, I wish I had a friend like Chloe, you know, I wish I knew someone like Chloe. So for me, that's what it was with that script.
I guess the last show I did was Spartacus, so it was like, Navia was strong like Maze, but in a different way, you know, given the circumstances of being a slave in like the Roman period and having to deal with everything. So I look for strength like strong female characters, one of the things that I loved about Maze was exactly that comic book strip. It was like, because those books were written in the 80s or 90s, I think, so really taboo for the time, you know, being, you know, a transvestite, which I think Lucifer had a transvestite character in there, and then being a lesbian too was like not cool. And so I just love the idea of like exploring the devil's best friend who loves men and women regardless, you know, and trying to make Earth home and what that felt like. Which, in a weird way, moving from Cape Town to New Zealand to Auckland was kind of how I approached Maze, because when I first moved here, it was tough. I was 17, I left all my friends, I finished high school in Cape Town. You know, my accent was a lot thicker back then. I struggled, you know, people struggled to understand me, and making new friends and essentially starting like a whole new life, right? So how do I make New Zealand home now? It's exactly the same as Maze trying to fit in with Earth, you know? And then having her best friend like fall in love with this one. Having to deal with that. So yeah, I'd say like strength and just like interesting stories that I want to tell, you know, things that speak to me, and trying something completely different. You know, I'd love to do, you know, I know we're still trying to hashtag save Lucifer, and that would be amazing if we get another season. And if we don't, I'd like to tackle something different to Maze, you know, so that I never get comfortable. Yeah. And you look awesome.
Oh, thank you so
Are
much.
those blades real? They're
No,
like,
they're cardboard.
I see. Yeah.
Careful, Charlie, don't let me get security.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Dude, they're kind of like the real thing.
Hey!
Let's spin it though. So cool. Thank you.
Just casually. Look at the mad skills.
So
Okay, it's quick. One last question.
In season 4, if you do get one, do you wish Lucifer will be more brutal to the bad guys like you, Chloe, and hopefully Maz might take down even more?
Sorry, what was that again? Just repeat.
Do you wish Lucifer is going to be more brutal, like ripping throats?
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Ripping throats? Yes.
Like,
Always
dead.
down for a bit of throat rippage.
Just die.
Wait, what, sorry, what are you?
I don't have my wings on at the moment
Yeah.
because they're up there, but my character is from the game Darksiders 1, the base character. But my character's name, because my brother's name is Michael, is the Archangel of War.
Ah,
Archangel of War. How cool.
Very cool. Yeah, you look awesome.
Thank you. Can you say a Star Wars joke to Tom?
What?
A pun, Star Wars pun. Like
Oh, Tom loves a pun.
How many Star Wars puns has he done on set?
Oh, how many Star Wars?
63. No. I don't. Tom loves a pun. I can't remember the Star Wars puns. Do you remember him doing any Star Wars puns? Oh God, am I like ripping down some amazing dream you have of Tom doing?
Could you get him to say
You know what? I can't get him to
Jar
stop
Jar
the Star Wars puns. I cannot get him to stop.
If you get to season 4, could you get him to say Stop Jar Jar to Detective Dan? Jar Jar, he's like the...
Oh, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh yeah, Jar Jar. Yeah, I know.
Reason don't
I know.
think so.
How about if we remember next time we see Tom,
We're so old.
we'll just get him to
We
do
don't
it.
remember
We'll do an
much.
Instagram story for you.
Yeah!
I don't know if we're getting a season 4.
But to answer your original
Spoiler.
question, yes, we do want it to be darker.
Yes.
Overall,
Absolutely.
we'd love
Overall.
it to be darker, you know.
And can I just say, I would love to see an episode where Maze goes back down to hell. Like, it reminds me of like somebody who's trying maybe not to drink or something, and like they relapse. So I want to see Maze like, relapse where she goes down to hell and just does some torturing for like a couple days. And we get to be a fly on the wall and see what that that looks like. I always wanted to see Maze in hell, in her element, torturing, and then she could come back up and be like, okay, I feel better now. That's my fantasy.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you like inappropriate sign language to children, watching a woman relive a leather fantasy on stage.
Do you have time for their questions?
No, but you're back again on Monday at 1 p.m. So I'm saying if you want more of this, and I know you will too, lovely people, come back here on Monday at 1 o'clock. We're going to have another panel with these two amazing women. But right now, we're going to move you on. I'm terribly sorry. So Christchurch, please, give a round of applause. And from two amazing kick-ass ladies, we're going to have another kick-ass lady on the stage very soon. Katrina Laura's going to be up here talking about Spartacus and Arrow.